HOA can place a lien on your home for outstanding dues, assessments, fines, and they can do all of this without a court order.
To pay. I mean, I'm a single mom.
Margot refinanced her house in 2020 to pay off the first balance of nearly $10,000, estimating she's now out of pocket on fees and fines alone.
Nearly $20,000.
County records show she's also one of dozens of homeowners in the neighborhood of 165 homes that the HOA has filed liens on.
I'm the very first person in my family to own a home. I grew up in a trailer. I had no idea it was going to be like this.
Houston, we have a problem. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Robert here. For those of you that might not know me, this is a sad situation and a reminder of how important it is to choose the right team when making the largest decisions that most of us will make in our adult lives, and that's to purchase a home. For this young lady and the other videos that we're going to watch today, again, it's super important to know what questions to ask so that you don't find yourself in one of these situations. Because at the end of the day, you can do all the things right. You can dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and you still might find yourself in a situation where life has happened. But with that said, you have to know how to move, if you will. You have to be proactive if that's the case, especially if you're living in a homeowner association type community. I am a lender, and if you need help navigating, preventing yourself from running into situations that we're going to go over here in a minute, would love to have a conversation with you. My contact information is pinned to the top comment and the description below. Now let's get into this video.
Under current Georgia law, an HOA can place a lien on a home for any amount. They can foreclose on a home if that amount exceeds $2,000. Margot refinanced her house in 2020 to pay off the first balance of nearly $10,000, estimating she's now out of pocket on fees and fines alone.
Nearly $20,000.
Okay, guys, again, unfortunate situation. If you're a first-time home buyer, 3 letters, maybe 4. C, and R's apostrophe S. 4 letters, CC&Rs, right? Covenants, conditions, and restrictions. You got to get those, guys. And you have to read them. You got to know what's going on, because that's going to tell you all your responsibilities as being a homeowner in that community. And so what we can't do is be a first-time home buyer, and I'm just going to make the assumption that the realtor did not express this to this client or make sure that this client knew and understood what was going on. There's a video going around with all of the YouTubers even today about a lady that had to go to jail as a result of having brown grass. Well, the reason she went to jail is because she didn't adhere to a court order. I digress. The point is this: why is the grass brown? And it might be because one of those life events have happened. So for all of you guys out there that are sensitive, relax, calm down, because I'm not that type of a person, in that I'm not jumping on folks when they're down. But here's the deal. Don't buy in a community that's going to require things that you cannot deal with. And again, if life happens and things turn, then you need to start seeking solutions and not being a victim to what you've actually signed up for. So it goes back to understanding what you're getting into, the full matter, before you're getting into these properties. And I'm never going to put it on a first-time home buyer. That's incumbent upon us as professionals to make sure that you understand the covenants, the conditions, and the restrictions, all of the fees that are associated at that time. Heck, you want the financials. You have to understand what's going on, where you're looking to buy. And for all of you folks out there saying, oh, I'll never buy in an HOA, be careful with that as well, because if the neighbor next door wants to have a junkyard, you can't complain, moan, and groan about that either. It's time that we start educating ourselves before we get into something, and then we'll be better suited to understand and know how to move forward. More importantly, we'll have better homeowners. So with that, let's move a little further and get some help for you guys on what you should do, or if there's anything you can do if you've been sued by your HOA.
Before placing the lien on your home, they are required to give you notice and give you a chance to satisfy the delinquency. Now, if you don't pay that outstanding balance and that balance reaches $2,000 or the $2,000 mark, they can take you to court and start the foreclosure proceedings and foreclose on your home. You do not want to lose your home over $2,000. Now, do you have recourse? Of course you do. If you think the fines are unjust and you have exhausted the appeal process with the HOA board, then you can hit them with a lawsuit. Now, if you countersue, be sure to have evidence. Do not go countersue just based on hearsay or what you think is wrong. You have to have evidence if you're going to enter the court. And after all, you're trying to save your property. Anytime you have to fight a HOA, your biggest defense is knowing what your CC&Rs and your bylaws say. Read those documents over and over and over again. I don't care how many times you have to read them. If you live in an HOA, you should know those documents inside out. That will save you a lot of headache.
Well, there you have it. Very well said. I don't need to add anything to it. Let's do this though. Let's recap so that those of you folks out there that are looking to buy want to experience what the first young lady experienced as a first-time home buyer. So before you get into a community that has an HOA, you want to review the full covenants, conditions, and restrictions. I've seen instances where people try to get you to digest the summary. You don't want any summaries. We want the full CC&Rs so that you can review them. You also want to ask how much the monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually or annually HOA dues are, whatever they are and what form they come in. And when are they going to increase or can they increase? You want to know what that looks like. Or if there's an increase on the horizon because you're going into that community. The third thing I think will be good for right now for you to put on your mind if you're looking to get on the property ladder is you want to request a copy of the homeowner association that you're looking to buy into. You want to see the budget and the reserves. Documentation, we want to see them financials to make sure if the HOA is healthy. You don't want to buy into a situation that has a bad financial status. Just go look online on any one of these platforms and type in these condos, especially on the coast where people are buying into special assessments that are hundreds of thousands of dollars. These are things that your realtor that you should be reading and understanding before you get into these homes. So let's do this. If you guys that are current homeowners can think of questions that you should ask if you're going to get into a HOA that I didn't just bring up, put them down in the comment section because we're a community. We're about helping one another create better homeowners and better understanding so we can stop seeing all of these negative videos because people just didn't understand. And then what I'll do is this. If I get 30 people that want a checklist, a HOA, Homeowner Association checklist, I'll put together a checklist and send it to you 30 folks. But this is what you have to do. You have to comment HOA checklist in the comments and we'll figure out a way to get you that checklist and anybody else that wants it. I'll figure out a way to put it in the description of the video and then, tag everybody that the 30 people that said that they want it so you could go get it. So that's what we'll do. Now, my time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. And until the next time, indeed, y'all be blessed.